and I need to go and do something creative. I need to be physical. I need to be outside. I know these things, but I can't rely just on the tablets. I love that you said that when you went to Bali, you had this like spiritual awakening. You kind of found yourself, you started asking yourself the right questions because you knew the answers within you. What did the journey to Bali teach you? How did it change you as a person or start you in this amazing journey you undertook?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess slightly back from that in the fact that so obviously went through some life changing situations in 2017. Lost a dad, lost a son, accused of a crime I hadn't done, and all that type of stuff. Went into a criminal trial. When there's a lot of stuff going on in a very very short period of time. So in once that sort of gone away to a certain extent, I then my life really started to life had changed then. Obviously, when you go through those three things very, very quickly, like life was always going to be very, very different. It can never be the same.
Mm.
And obviously, by then I'd started meditation. I'd started to, start to do a little bit of the inner work, but only at a very thin layer, top layer type stuff. I was, I didn't really know what I was doing. And then naturally, I just got more inquisitive and more curious. And I got prior to 2017, I hadn't even picked up a self-development book or anything like that. I mean, I just, so I started doing stuff on YouTube, and I came across things like Abraham Hicks and Dr. Joe Dispenza, people like Les Brown, and I just continue to learn. And 2019 was probably that time when the job I was doing, I quit. I wanted to take some time out. I took 6 months off. I started doing some affiliate marketing. But with that time off, I went to Bali. I
Mm.
went to a few places, but Bali was one of them. And I went on my own, went for a couple of weeks, took a few books, like people like Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning, obviously the books by Ant Middleton, obviously SAS Who Dares Win. Took those books, just started reading, consuming them, and started to visit Bali as well, go to some of the spiritual sites. And do you know what? Just without really consciously knowing it, something just changed there. Just I came back, and I wasn't like a completely different person, but I was just like, right, I kind of get it now. I was doing all this work, and then suddenly things just started to make a lot more sense. And I even that
Okay.
time I also have the David Goggins book, Can't Hurt Me, and I read that. And I remember I got back from Bali, and I was into running, I was into fitness, but nowhere near to what extent I was now. And I bought a weighted vest, and I just started running. I just started running in a weighted vest. And obviously the rest is history from that perspective. But yeah, going to Bali, I think just taking some time out on my own in a place which is is beautiful. I mean, it's so peaceful as well where I was. And I was just able, I think, just to get a bit more quieter and do, meditate and do some inner work and just it. So yeah, I was ultimately things. Even though for a short period of time, I came back and things had changed.
Because I mean, it's certainly something I know a lot of people fear is being quiet and listening to the silence, or getting into that moment of listening to the inner voice and actually just leaving the distractions. I mean, when I found you on social media, I was like, this guy's amazing. He gets it.